guys, so in today's blog we're going to be covering something which we've had a lot of requests to do, which is a few simple variations on men's stubble. I know a lot of guys aren't really sure what to do, they're used to having a clean shave, which for me is actually the worst option of all. So we're going to show you the three most easy and sort of easy to do styles for men's stubble. So I'm going to introduce my lovely model, friend and colleague today. This is Alex. Right, and so Alex and me actually have both been growing our stubble for the last week or so, right? He's won the race, his is slightly longer, and thus we're shaving him. Alright, legs and everything. No, that's another blog. But anyway, so Alex's stubble right now is quite grown out, it's a bit messy and long. So in a minute we're going to take him to the bathroom and we're going to neaten this stubble up and do the first look, which we're going to call defined stubble. So I think kind of Brad Pitt, slightly grown out, yet neat and defined. Alright, so let's go and do that, come back and have a look at our results. Alright, so if you want to zoom in on Alex's stubble now maybe. Zoom. Alright, as you can see, just normal length, sort of a bit grown out, a lot going on around the neck. Alright, so we're going to neaten that up, bring it away from, let's say, vagabond chic, homeless chic, and back to celebrity, grown out, defined stubble cool. Let's go. Okay guys, so here we are back with a freshly groomed Alex. Let's have a little zoom in on the stubble. So as you can see, yeah, we've taken it down a couple of layers and it's much more defined. If you turn sideways out, coming down under his cheekbone here. Also we've neatened up all these kind of long whiskery hairs around the Adam's apple and taken the whole layer up to above the Adam's apple, so it's a lot neater and more defined. That's what we're calling it, the like defined stubble look. What we did right was you want to have about an inch, so again turn sideways out, an inch from his cheekbone, that's a good level to start it at, and then just generally take it down. What we used to do that from just his grown out beard was this little thing here. It's a men's shaver by Babyliss, that's B-A-B-Y-L-I-S-S. Costs about 25-30 quid, you can find them in Boots, shops all over the place or online. These are really cool. And for Alex's stubble, like so for sort of like blonde guys with brown, auburn, lighter hair, we used this at 2.5, right, was the grade, yeah? That'll work for his colour hair. It's gonna like be variable for how dark your hair is, how thick your hair is. So guys who have a sort of more, you know, Latin, Spanish, thicker stubble, they might want to go down a grade, but basically this is the kind of length you want it at. So that's what you're going for. Another good little tip is sometimes I use just a straight up head clipper, you know, like clippers for the head. I just take the guard off and use it with no guard, so that's the guard, that plastic thing there. I take that off and just basically use that on the lowest level, and that'll take my stubble down actually lower than what he's got now. But if I then let it grow out for a day or so, it's the perfect length and it's really overall and even as well, which is something guys have difficulty as well, is when they're trying to get an even stubble. They'll keep doing one bit too short and end up having to cut it all off. So a head clipper with the guard off, or again this with the guard off. You can just shave the whole thing and let it grow for 2 days until it's about this length. But that is the defined stubble, and it's very favoured of all the celebs and stuff, you know, it's that kind of, hey man, I just got out of bed but my stubble is like grown out but perfect. Yeah, it's that kind of look, yeah, so it's quite funky, it's quite cool, but it's effortless cool. Defined stubble, there we go. Alright, so next we're going to take Alex again and we're going to take it down to another level, and we're going to go for the classic sort of well-trimmed, neat goatee. Let's check that out. Okay guys, so the lovely Alex is back, and this time he has the classic defined goatee. I'm guessing it's called a goatee because goats have a small beard, don't they? Yeah, so I don't know, I'm not really into goats, but anyway, if you are, cool. Right, but anyway, so the classic defined goatee. So what we've done, right, is we've actually just shaved off all the stubble around his sort of cheek and lower jaw from the same, turn sideways a minute, from the same level here it would have been at when he left his grown out stubble. So we've kept the sideburns down to here. So just clean shaved this whole area and left the sideburns very sharp and defined at the level the messy grown out stubble would have been at, as you can see here. I really like the sideburns, and they'd look even better if his hair was a bit darker. Alright, they look a bit thinner here. We've done our best to make them prominent, but slightly more grown out or darker would be even cooler. So that's the sideburn there. And then we've just taken down the stubble, taken it all off down to the chin, all around the Adam's apple and the neck, and left just this goatee shape, very sort of sharp and defined. There we go, and that's a goatee. It's kind of obvious, right? And I think it looks really cool, basically. I love it with Alex's long hair as well. It looks very sort of slick and kind of American celeb. So that's the goatee. There we go, have a look at that one. And this one, right, is really, really good for sort of making your face look a longer shape. So if you think you've got a round face or a fat face but an oval shaped face, the goatee is going to sort of emphasize the length between your cheekbone and your lower jaw and make your face look a bit longer and more oval shaped, right? So that's a good look for you guys who think that might be good for you. Alright, anyway, that's the goatee. Alright, let's go and do one more style and we're going to come back in a minute. Cool. Okay guys, so here we have our third style and definitely the most extreme. We have no real name for it, so let's just call it the small chin goatee with moustache. That's a good name. Anyway, so this one anyway, right, no name for it, but this style is not only, you know, exclusive to sort of like evil circus owners or, I don't know,
child snatchers,
high-powered millionaires, or whoever has this kind of thing going on, right? You can do it too, right? So anyway, what we've done, we've taken away all the stubble now from the whole chin area, going under, leaving that little thing there underneath the bottom lip, getting rid of all the stubble there, and leaving this kind of microphone-shaped goatee on the bottom, and then the small but defined moustache coming to a sharp point there. Right, so turn sideways. There we go. And we've also left the sideburns, right? I mean, the sideburns are optional. I really like them, and they're a bit more preened, but you might not like that idea. So that's the first style, definitely the sort of most calculated. So if you're wearing a suit or something of this, or going for a really strong style, I absolutely love this one, right? It looks cool, it's great, the hardest to do and the most uptake, but again it's going to look really great, and especially a really smart look. It's very preened and it's very calculated. So there we go, check that out, loving the moustache, and that's about it, gents. So that's 3 ideas for you on men's stubble. Try them. Thanks.